problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessing.
Fight number one, fight number two, fight number three, oh my!
Oh, yay.
As you guys clearly can see, myself is getting so freaking confused because our lovely producer Harry, aka Epsilon, has absolutely butchered me. And it's like, you on? And I'm asking, like, is the camera on? And he's like, you on? And it's like, which one now? But it doesn't matter. As you guys can clearly see now how behind the scene works, you can also clearly see that I'm still what? Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway, either way, as I have Epsilon in my ear, which is already annoying, but as you guys can clearly see, I'm still here, as I told you yesterday that I'm going to be, but because I shoved off Cairo for someone completely new, and it's going to be Blixby for tonight.
Hello.
Say hello.
Hello, everybody.
How you doing on this lovely day?
I'm doing great. I'm just absolutely excited to cast PC for, like, the first time. So that's going to be a fun one.
It very well indeed is going to be, especially with PG Tips and E-Wave tonight. Just bear in mind that this is not going to be the only game that we're going to see tonight, because this is a minor game as minor games go. This is going to be a best out of one. So after PG Tips versus E-Wave Academy, we're just going to hop into Burning Foxes versus Paragon as well. So don't worry on that. But first of all, we got these two lovely teams on, and well, as we're just filling in the lobby, we might just well gonna talk about the map bans. And Blixby, what map we gonna play tonight?
I believe it was Clubhouse that was picked in the end, right? If I'm correct. I don't know where I'm looking to see this, but yeah, Clubhouse. I think that would be a fun one. I mean, it is a very commonly played map, and it is, I have cast it quite a few times, and it'd be fun to see, how these two teams decided to go about it. And we do see E-Wave on the defense to start off as well, so I'd like to see what kind of strats and kind of holes they go for on this map, and maybe, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just waffling. They're attacking, but why are they orange then? All right.
Right.
I good start for me. Yeah.
Yeah. No, don't worry. Speaking of good starts, so I mean, it doesn't matter. We're Town League, we're trying everybody and giving a shot, and since it's also not the perfect opportunity to put it in, if you decide to want to maybe give a shot and maybe sit next to me instead of Blixby, then, or even sit next to Blixby instead of me,
yeah,
who knows?
I'm
well, we're gonna see tonight, but either way, if you want to maybe even give it a shot, like I said, if you just want to try to cast, then you can just join us on the Discord, just !Discord. You're just going to get the link onto the Discord and just go up to staff applications and just fill out the sheet. Same procedure maybe for Observer, or even if you just want to replace my horrible voice in my ear named Epsilon as a producer, you can also do that. But to be honest, I've already waffled enough and already said too much. I think the game is already ready, so all the teams are in, so might as well just send it right now in. And we are on. Clubhouse. It's a Talent League favorite, we must say. It's a Talent League favorite because it has been played so many times, and we're also gonna see now the first ban from PG Tips. And what are your expectations for this one?
It's Clubhouse, so you're going to see like a Maverick, Habana, or even a Thatcher kind of ban. Those are your standard for this map. Without any of those banned, it's not a Clubhouse ban, and yeah, Thatcher will be the first ban coming out from PG Tips, which is a very, very standard ban. The majority of these maps, it just allows them to keep that wall denial up and utilize all the utility without worrying about the Thatcher denying it.
Well, like you said, Thatcher, very common use ban, and someone I don't see very often. There's gonna be the Ace who's gonna get banned. So what's your take on this one then?
I mean, that's a quite interesting one, although Ace is obviously a very good operator to bring, considering there are a lot of breaches on this map, as well as the kitchen hatch and whatnot, you're able to get it from the window. But with the Hibana, I would kind of opt for that sort of ban on this map as opposed to the Ace, just due to the fact that Hibana's, especially since her change with her gadget, she's a lot better used for those hatches, for those walls, and she just brings a lot more than Ace would, in my opinion.
Well, definitely interesting. It's going to be the Cape ban. So for me, something quite common, but I haven't seen it for quite a while. The question is on who's going to be the last one. I think PG Tips has decided very quickly onto this one. It's going to be the Wamai. So the mirror is in play.
I mean, the Kaid ban makes sense, considering the fact that Thatcher was banned. In order, if they ban the Kaid, then it'll make it easier for them to Maverick trick the wall. So they don't have to worry about the electricals and finding that. The bandits are going to be a lot easier to find and destroy. My cat is now decided to jump on my desk.
Well,
It's fine.
interesting, and hopefully it's going to start off exciting with PG Tips going down in the Church Arsenal. And since we're already talking about the mirror being a quite interesting pick, well, we're going to see the mirror brought out from Frenzy, and I'm just thinking about it, sliding my head on where to place the mirrors. And well, before I even could make any suggestion, it's going to get 6-picked off to Valkyrie. And interestingly, Carex, well, I was about to say he's going to 6-pick off from Ash to a Twitch, but nah, he's just going to stick it up.
Defenders, protect your bombs from
Well, would have been interesting to see, but looking a bit on the lineup of obviously with bringing out both Ash and Sophia, so definitely going to go hard on these, well, basically going to go strong on the fragging part, and with Flakes on Thermite and Banshee on Maverick and Rhino on Hibana. I mean, that's your Heartbreak secured. The question obviously is how are they going to use it effectively?
They got double hard, triple if you include the Maverick.
Yeah, pretty much you're just going to have a triple. So I'm just asking myself on how they're going to be able to defend PG Tips on how does it secure the hatch on Kitchen, for example, or even like on Bar, how they will manage that. So it's definitely going to be interesting.
They could potentially go for maybe some sort of like impact trick with the Maestro, or just use the Maestro cameras in general up in Kitchen just to destroy the Piranhas or the Thermites. That's one thing I've seen often used, is just to use that. But I suppose the impact tricking will be quite difficult, considering that they only have the impact on the Maestro, so there's not much to bring, especially with the double hard breach. They will have control of these hatches quite easily, especially with no Kaid available.
Yeah, interesting to see that E-Wave sort of like decides to start from the top floor. Here's the thing, you can attack from top to bottom like you normally would do, but if you're especially starting from the quite literally on the top floor, you're gonna lose quite a lot of time if you don't drone fast enough and you don't get quick enough clearance, because that time you're just gonna waste upstairs. You're just gonna miss downstairs for when actually gonna have to get in and onto the site. So not looking all too good for E-Wave, considering just Fabi quite literally wasting a lot of time in there. But then again, you're gonna expect a roamer coming up this way, you're gonna have him.
I mean, they already have a lot of drones being destroyed there, so that's gonna make it a bit difficult for them to get that intel that they need on the defenders. So already with a minute 30 off the clock, they do find the opening kill though onto, is that the smoke off the board? That's a lot of utility taken off straight quite early on, which would be quite beneficial for later on in the round.
Yeah, that indeed is. The Hibana runner would now start to open up the hatch, but obviously only using 2 pellets now, because you're gonna try to bait out and waste as much as impact as you can, as Rhino will now finally be able to get the hatch open, as nothing is gonna be there to burn through. So hatch is open for E-Wave. That's already a great point for Kitchen, but the big question is, you still have Frenzy with the Valkyrie, and I assume there is going to be a cam in there. a C4 that's gonna end the game quite quickly for E-Wave, so you gotta be watch out on this as well. But as Flakes will do a little dance around the rotation right there, Kyrex on the other hand, he's already down on the tunnel, and he's already right at the door together with Benji, and they're gonna look for the push. As Benji will gonna get a nice grenade up in there, but Frenzy will instantly shut down onto Kyrex, leaving us in a 3v4 and 30 seconds to go.
I mean, they have managed to get these hatches open, so it'll be quite easy for them to go for a drop into sight, considering the fact that it's only a...
Oh, look at the angle!
That was a lovely little angle coming out from Frenzy in the kill. Leaving this now in a 1v3 for that Zofia, and it's only 14 seconds left on the clock.
Try to swing it out, but no.
Oh, just misses that Jaeger that swings it like, just a bit too far, just completely missed that Jaeger. I think the Jaeger got blocked off by his sight, actually. That's just quite unfortunate. With that, not much time though. What else could you have done?
Well, would you look at that? PG Tips is gonna win the first round, and they will now go on to CCTV and Cash. And must say, nice shots coming down from, well, pretty Frenzy. I mean, that angle, that was quite nasty, and Instinct really pulling out as well. And just Texrolo finishing us off. And now, again, you're going to see the same setup from E-Wave going on. So they will be going down for the attack on CCTV and Cash. But, well, 3 Heart Breachers, I mean, that's perfect. The only thing I might be asking is, because they need to make sure that the Bandit of Frenzy, those batteries have to be gone. So, going to be interesting to see on how the Sophia and the Ash will do on this. But either way,
I mean,
maybe we get this. Yeah, but maybe we get to see the good old bandit tricking.
I mean, if with a Maverick on the board, bandit tricking is going to be a bit more difficult, because obviously you can just Maverick trick the wall, or just have that extra line along the bottom, or make it quite difficult for him. And with the Sophia on the board as well, you can just use concussion stuff to stop that bandit trick coming out. So there's a lot of denial for the bandit trick, so I don't see it. I mean, it's a possibility they have got those shotgun holes in the wall to allow them to hear the breaches going down. But I still don't think it'll be very valuable for them to go for that bandit trick. It's just not. It's just way too risky on this sort of site.
5 seconds left before
Well, interesting. I mean, let's just gonna get ourselves surprised on what PG Tips will do in this case. But so far, the first few shots are trying to come out and for a potential maybe quick kill on the spawn. But Texrol, he's gonna be staying on the garage and is gonna move along. So he's gonna be our man downstairs, trying to do his best and trying to save that wall as well. But hopefully, if they're lucky, maybe they're gonna get a quick shot onto Benji, and they might gonna ruin the Maverick right there. But definitely Instinct, I gotta give credit for anyone who decides to stay alone on Catwalk, because you're not sitting in the greatest spot. I mean, you're a well-hunted man.
And there's no rotate either, so it'd be a lot more difficult for him to fall back if he needed to.
Well, interestingly, the hole is going to be there as Junior is going to get absolutely flashed as Fabi will set us off by taking out Texrolo, and he's going to get instantly refragged thanks to Frenzy. I guess he just ran out, but Kyrex seems to just got him right at the spot, so another loss right there as Flakes will now going to be able to breach up open the CC wall, and there you go, Junior. He's going to take care of the Ash of Kyrex, and that's leave us back again into a 3v3 situation, but with one big difference. There is now a big hole in that CCTV wall.
When it comes to CC Cash, in my opinion anyway, it's definitely one of the hardest sites to take back control of as a defender. So when the attackers have this breach open, it's very hard to hold it. But there's a jump out coming up from the kill from Maverick, and that was a lovely kill actually. I won't lie to you there, I quite like that. But
quick and clean, and it's just Rhino proves us that he can do the same onto Instinct. Bringing us back again onto the 2v2 as Junior still holding up on the eastern stairs right there. Still having the ADS, still being sourced out, and also with the ever so deadly SMG-11 as Flakes will not go on the rooftop. Not risking it too early. I think he's going to rejoin Rhino, and from the looks of his, it's going to be as they will now attack from the bedroom side. Different, definitely different. I mean, you already got the breach open, but that means you're gonna expect those gunfights there. But having now, with, let's be honest, about maybe 40 seconds left effectively, it's gonna be a hard thing really to get a quick one into construction, so they might gonna fail thanks to the time, but who knows? This game can do wonders, but I don't think with a Legion Trap they're gonna be able really to perform. So as the 20-second mark, we're gonna now hit on as Noma will impact trick that thermite charge, and that leaves them only with one weight. There's one dirt, you gotta go in and you gotta go make the frags. As Rhino will start us off by getting onto Junior and leaving it down to Noma, and Rhino will actually get it! What?
That was looking so like in favor of the defenders that they weren't able to get that wall open, so the impact trick did come out from the Legion, and that was very well played by him. But crouching behind that green box allowed them the Habana just to swing up, find the kill onto the mute, and then onto the Legion, finishing off the round. I believe that was a 3K coming out from the Habana that round as well.
How? How? I was thinking, like, in my book, it's like, not impossible. He's just not gonna walk in and gonna get quickly those 2 kills. But my, oh my.
I think Legion could have
Rhino.
probably held the cross onto the door there. The second he crouched behind the green box, it was a lost cause because there was nobody holding the door for him, and he was allowed to swing up and get the kill, just go for that pre-fight if he knew where he was. And they did. I'm pretty sure they did have the drones coming out during that little construction push. So they did have that intel, and definitely utilized it there.
I mean, yeah, I'm still left speechless because normally you're just not gonna say. You're just not gonna say, all right, everything has done perfectly right in terms of like defenders. I mean, they have delayed everything. You know, they're like 15 seconds. You know, they're just gonna have to quite literally watch on that one angle, not do a peek at anything, and just Rhino comes in and be like, one, there goes one, there goes two, and that's it, done. So definitely interesting because that's gonna give E-Wave Academy one round. And thinking it's a clubhouse, you know, definitely the attack rounds, you know, you like to have. You definitely like to have. Because on defense, you still have room to play for errors, but man. We're just gonna see if Rhino actually gonna be able to repeat that. Or if maybe one of the members of PG Tips just might gonna shut him out right at the beginning.
Sitting on this cam, you might actually see some sort of spawn pick, not spawn pick, run out of some sort, since that's where he's positioned. We do see Frenzy and Texture sitting below, actually trying to protect this wall, but so that obviously takes away the bandit trick factor, since the bandit isn't nowhere near sight right now.
Well, maybe the mute jammer it might be enough, but it's definitely Carex. Well, mate, you're looking very closely on that bandit, bro. And Benji instead, he's gonna do a grenade on the Texel. That's already one of the rumors out, but as the gunfight is gonna exchange, Frenzy will be able to get away without any HP loss as well. But unfortunately, that wall is now open, and well, considering how much the man advantage they actually got now, they might as well just gonna focus on CCTV and not bother at all rotating.
Yeah, it only took them about a minute for them to clear the Eager out from below and get that wall opened as well. So not only do they have the man advantages, they have this breach open too. That is going to give them a lot of control of the site. And the bandit gets swung by the Ash as well, and it's now a 5v3 for E-Wave. And Ash is quite low, however, she did manage to get some damage into the mute as well, so it should be easy for them to get that extra kill, just taking him off the board too.
Well, Carex and Junior, they definitely tried the gunfight, but it didn't went out well for them, as both are now, I would say, considerably one shot at this point.
Yeah.
Actual one shot. You know those calls when you say like he's one shot instead of position, but he is like maybe 8 HP? Yeah, these two are literally one shot.
Yeah. Either of these now, if they take a gunfight, they're going to have to hit the shots, otherwise it's game over for them. They're just it's not looking too good for either of them.
Well, slowly but surely, Carex is trying to watch on that stairs, but definitely it's going to be risky to push up, whilst Insect's still sitting on catwalk safely. I mean, he so far didn't have anything really to bother with, so he pretty good, and he also still sitting in quite some position, but there goes Explosive, and there goes Carex taking out Nomo! As the flashes are going to come through, Eva's trying to get the push, as Insect will going to get the kill onto Fabi, putting us back onto a 2v4, but then again, the seconds don't look good as Rhino's already inside Cash, and he's already trying to tear up his fingers. Benjamin was going to plant. The Flake's going to get the kill on... Flake's going to get the kill on Instinct and onto Junior. And the C4 didn't work out in the end to stop the plant, but
That was quick. I mean, just sitting on that reach, I think Flake's like got a 2-3k even just sitting there, just holding on for that plant to go down. And the C4 just about was unfortunate, but I think we did see the planter coming off the planet anyway, so it wouldn't have landed regardless. But that was very well played from the attackers. It was very, very quick to get that wall open. Definitely quicker than their previous 2 attacks. They took quite a long time on their first attack trying to clear out the roamers, and the second as well, they took quite a bit of time just to get control of the site. Like, it was over in the last 5 seconds that was they able to get the final kills. But yeah, definitely better played from the attackers this round. Maybe they're just pulling up their game a bit. Maybe we'll see some better pushes and a lot stronger from the attacks.
Well, here's the thing. I'm used to see PG Tips being like one of the stronger teams, and well, EWF Academy, they haven't done all so great this far, but I mean, right now, just seeing Clubhouse, I mean, these rounds, I mean, you know, definitely might gonna be an unexpected result, I'm gonna say. Because, I mean, look at them go on these last two attacks. I mean, I'm just gonna grant it to, like, for any PG Tips fan, yeah, that second round, that was a bit lucky from Rhino, but if you consider the one right happened after, not looking all too great, I must say.
I mean, this
But-
time... Yeah, go on.
We're going back onto a side that PG Tips has won, and they've won it quite nicely, and I would say not losing, not dropping any sweat or something, so we'll see. Maybe they're gonna be able to rekindle that magic from the first round and gonna get this side again as well.
But I believe like the only reason they lost that first one was a lot due to time, since in the last couple of seconds there they were pressured on, they started pushing a lot more aggressively without much thought behind their attack. So maybe this time if they, you know, speed things up a bit when it comes to their roam clearing especially. I think they wasted about 2 minutes just trying to see if anybody was in these top floors, which I don't believe there was. So it took so much of their time just to get that top floor clear, that maybe this time they'll go for a bit of a quicker push. And I honestly think E-Wave could pull this one through as well. They play the way that he did these previous rounds.
Well, I'm not the biggest fan of bullet holes because I still think you're a nasty person for doing it. But if Texolo is gonna get that, I don't know.
Never seen this angle before. That is actually really nice. Might have to start using that.
You know what? Write that down somewhere.
Yeah, go back.
Or actually, we're just gonna make on a recording. But I think Texolo just missed out on the Ibana of Rhino, as Rhino will work now down on the hatch. And mate, I think if the call is not gonna come in the next few seconds for Texolo to just get his butt going and swing over there, I don't know what is. But as you're just gonna hear the X-Kairos being charged up, and even 2 drones are not trying to clear out, and I think if Fabi just spotted it right, he might as well just spot it Texolo. But here comes Frenzy. He's gonna make a kill onto Kyrex, cutting off the Ash of there, and it looks like it's going to be a little bit of a standoff for Texolo and Fabi, but Fabi will gonna move away and focus on opening up the force. But you see, these both do know, I guess, about their presence, but they're afraid to peek it a bit. As the drone's gonna come through now, they're definitely going to be aware. So, but I think the support is gonna come down, and it's just gonna be Texolo who has to try to fend off 2. But no, it's not even gonna get the chance to kill 1.
That was so close.
Benji.
Even if he did manage to find the kill onto the Maverick, then Zofia would have easily had that refrag onto him. But that was such a nice shot there from the Maverick, leaving him on quite low health though, so it is going to be quite risky for him here on out.
Well, Benji definitely not looking all too healthy in there, and well, if you look at the timer, E-Wave doesn't look all too healthy on that as well. Not much time to work with, and well, almost no time. I mean, they need to start to make the push now. You don't throw now, Benji. You need to go in now. Time is ticking very low. As the 15 seconds are not gonna start in, and he's instantly gonna get picked up by Frenzy. Frank's the blue and that little hole right there. As Frenzy will come up with the C4, he's not gonna be able to do it. There's no one in the meantime. We're gonna get the kill, and Fabi will gonna be the last one, but he's gonna get shut down by Junior, giving PG Tips another round.
Still, but using a lot of time just to go for these little small pushes, like the fact that you know, they sat there waiting to swing that. The Jaeger and the Ash are aware of each other for that. Was it the Ash? Was it Sophia? Sorry, I'm forgetting. But either way, they was just sitting there, just kind of at a standoff for a good like 30 seconds of that round, with none of them doing anything, and they couldn't get that bar hatch open until that Jaeger was taken care of. And it took them a long time to try and get that control. It's just they're taking very long times just to do the small little movements. Once they have their control, they are utilizing it, which is quite nice to see. But it's just taking them a long time to get that. I think that's the biggest weakness right now.
Interesting to see the switch off from the Maestro to the Castle for Gym Bedroom, but considering it's Gym Bedroom, I think it makes the most sense, really.
You can kind of bait a sort of site as well, like the Maestro there. The rest of the lineup, you can kind of bring that for a CC hold. Like you could probably try baiting it that way, but if you bring the Castle, it's very obviously going to be a Gym Bedroom hold. It's just so commonly used on this site. Just have that extra extension and to block off these lines of sight.
I mean, just looking at the Goyo as well, I mean, that's also a pretty strong indicator, but, well, who knows? But considering how the Castle has now been gone through, you know, he's got some changes now. I mean, he has a shotgun, so finally there's a bit of utility right there, but still, I don't know how you feel, but I'm still one of the people who's gonna say, or definitely know, like, from previous experiences, coach, like, my players, they never like to play the Castle.
No, Castle, in my opinion, is a crutch more than anything. Like, you can't be relying on a Castle for your strats if you could, because so many teams just bring a Castle and completely rely on it. When second one of these barricades get open, the team's over. I suppose in this sort of site, it doesn't really matter too much. It just blocks off a couple lines of sight, so it's not the most detrimental. But I just see some teams just using it like their absolute life force, and that's what the only problem I have with Castle.
Well, Fabi, he's gonna open up on the CCTV, but he's gonna find the head of Frenzy, but no! Frenzy! He's just gonna be able to tag him, but there comes the C4 and he's not gonna be able to shoot it! There you go!
Oh.
Fabi will go down as Kyrex will get the kill on Textralo, and
Bomb located by attackers.
man, not looking all too fresh as Kyrex will actually gonna be moving up, but there you go. Flex is gonna get in the meantime. Instinct as Kyrex loses a few shots towards Frenzy, but he will be rotating down, and with Benji on the CCTV window, yeah, they're not gonna push any further. But if I just look on it, maybe Benji just maybe open up that castle wall, man. Get yourself maybe a cut off the rotation right there. Ooh. Rhino. Don't cock up. Don't cock up. He's gonna cock up slightly a bit onto Frenzy, but I mean that man, 60 hertz. The 60 hertz are gonna come through, and they're not gonna be able to successfully hit as well as Rhino will get the kill as Junior gets flakes, and Kyrex is gonna get no more, and leaving it Junior all alone with just a handful of HP.
Sitting close on this door, waiting for somebody to push up, and the shotgun with the SMG, still quite good guns to bring, and he has the C4 as well, so that could help him out, but it's not looking very good for him right now.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
Attackers seem to be quite spread out as well.
If he's gonna be able to clutch it, then yeah, but
Ooh,
I
that
mean-
was a nice kill.
he at least gonna start us off with this one. So, but now you have Benji on the plan and Rhino, who's just as low on HP as him, trying to hold it. But the diffuser will go down, meaning he's left with 1v2 situation and also has to take care of the diffuser. So his time is, well, not that so big as shots will come through. He's trying to rotate in the construction, but in the meantime, as you saw Rhino all the way down to logistic. Question is who he's gonna catch up first, but Benji will have the angle and will shut him down.
The angle there. Oh, just holding on to it. If he had a bit more HP there, he probably actually could have pulled that off. That was just all down to the fact that he just did not have the health to pull it through. The Habano was quite sneaky there, just crouch walking around going for that little loop. But,
I mean, here's the thing. Do you really want to risk yourself, being hurt and then just getting pre-fired and not even getting the chance? So, well, it didn't look all too well, but I must say, I'm surprised by E-Wave now having the 3 attack rounds. I mean, that's working I mean, that's working really, really good. I mean, what can you say?
Yeah, when it comes to Clubhouse, it's quite a standard kind of lineup you can bring for attacks. So, but like a 3 right now, the best PG can pull through now is a 3-3 split, which on Clubhouse is not the worst place to be. Like it's not the worst place to be on any map, but this map can be so defender-sided if you're really strong with your defenses. And right now, EUA is just looking very good with their attacks. They're just winning these gunfights. They're doing things a bit quicker than they were previously. Like they are looking very strong, very fluid with each other, and they seemingly are working off of each other too. So, but he's looking quite nice. I honestly reckon they could pull this through to a 4-2. Honestly.
Here's the thing: if PG Tips gonna put it on a 3-3, you know, they definitely need that at this stage. But E-Wave, on the other hand, I mean, if they're just gonna make the 4th attack round win, I mean, just let's be honest. One good rotation of your defensive sides, that's it. They're gonna have this tagged and back, and interesting to see a bit of defense from PG Tips coming out. The castle barricade up on this, quite literally at the gym door. I mean, you can play it. I would say you could play it, but I think that you need like Frenzy maybe play with that wall a bit. But he's on the whole other side on CCTV, and well, if he's just gonna repeat what he did last round and just gonna start us off maybe with a nice kill or two, you know, that would be great. Or just even waste enough time. But Karex is gonna quickly open up for himself the rotation up on Catwalk. So presence is now being known, and presence will be felt in just a few seconds as Frenzy will make a quick process out of Benji.
Oh, Benji there. He got swung at that CC window.
Karex trying to bait him out on Catwalk. I mean, he's gonna get rid of the batteries maybe, but didn't look all too well so far. I mean, if Rana just gonna be able to open up, yes, get that cam. Oh god, that should have been your first priority when walking in. But either way, Frenzy, he's playing it very strongly. I mean, he heard the X-Car going, so might as well just move up back to the wall and try to delay it. But so far, look at him. He's doing a great job. I mean, look at the timer. They're still all busy with him.
One player holding these, like, this bandit alone is just holding these 3 attackers in CC. They all seem to be very focused on trying to clear him out, and I don't know really what's going on with the rest of the push right now, but it's a 4v5 and all 3 of them are still in cash CC, and Frenzy finds a kill on the Kyrex as well. And they're still like, oh, they are finally able to clear out the bandit from cash, but now they only have 40 seconds to actually make a push into sight. And I think the defenders here do have quite strong positions onto the attackers, so it's going to become quite difficult for them to push through without losing some HP or even their life.
Well, Instinct still holding down on the logistics, but Junior coming out, getting a double kill! Well, he's gonna get shot down on thanks to Flakes, and Flakes, he's gonna run in straight into the shotgun of Instinct, and he's gonna dodge it, and he's gonna kill him! My oh my, Flakes! Might gonna come out well, but no! Textrolo, we're gonna have the upper hand on this.
You got a lovely refrag there, and the kill onto the castle and Logi as well was so nice. It's like a lovely little flick onto the head. Love to see that, but just sprinting directly out. I think it was the ego there. Just although the bandit did a very good holding cash, managed to get 2 picks quite early on, and just held everybody there. Not a single player was able to push through until 40 seconds left, and that just allowed then Noir or Neo to get the double kill of the SMG as they were pushing through, and it was absolute devastation for E-Wave that round.
I mean, phenomenal. But well, now the pretty much the side change is gonna come. Now PG Tips will go into attack as E-Wave will go into defense, and well, like I said, it's not looking too bad for PG Tips, but it could be way better. But for E-Wave, I think they're in a very great spot they would love to be. And interestingly, E-Wave is gonna start off with Gym Bedroom as their first site.
attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Sorry. I zone out, sorry. Yeah, Gym Measure is quite an interesting set to go off for that first defense, since it typically is one of your off sites, but other than bar stock, but you hardly see any kind of things be running that site. So out of the three main, Gym Bedroom is usually seen as one of the off sites, and they are bringing the mirror this time, which is different to how E-Wave were holding it. It's a PG tip, sorry. I'm not familiar with the team, so I do
10
apologize.
seconds to go.
I'd imagine the mirror is just going to be the standard old bathroom just to hold the jacuzzi wall. So if they do get that breach open, they have another obstacle to tackle.
Well, that indeed, and as you're gonna see, Benji will place the window onto logistics office. I'm not quite sure you can hold it from logistics because there is a thing called hatch.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. Like, if you see one in Logi, it's usually on the other wall. That's how I've usually seen it. So it's an interesting choice of mirror. But hey, if they hold it well, why not? I mean, if the hatch is open, the mirror does have the C4. She could try to go for just go at the hatch and get a kill that way. But I feel like that mirror window is going to be much more useful for the attackers than it is the defenders.
Well, I guess that is going to be, but well, I only really could see a good chance if you like probably open it up, because maybe they pop it open and have it all the time, but then again you probably just might as well just use a few holes in there. But interestingly, Flake's not reinforcing his wall on bathroom, which, considering how the wall is open, it would be a wise choice to do so, my friend.
Yeah, I think he's just going to try and ride it out and hopefully get a couple of kills from the breach. But the second he gets taken out, the bathroom wall's already open. They don't even have to worry about getting the car barricade open. They just jump straight through. But Fabi does find the kill onto Textro. Ash board. So,
Well, seeing how PG Tips right now is set up, I mean, they're close. I mean, they're on Jacuzzi. They have the breach open, but I don't see the rest of the players on the map like not getting any presence or not trying to further advance. I mean, they've come to basically to a halt. I mean, just on those windows, I mean, you're not gonna do much. Once you're gonna jump in, you're pretty much dead as well. So, Frenzy trying to bait something as Junior will gonna be able to find a kill onto Kyra, because it's gonna be the Jaeger off the board right there. And so far, oh, the frag's gonna come up for an instinct, but it's not gonna take out Flakes, as the ADS will save his life right there, as an instinct has now a new person to play with, and that's gonna be on the stairs. But no, he's just gonna swing it under the castle, but it's gonna fail on to capitalize on that, as Flakes, we're gonna get the kill, and Junior will be down as well. Not looking all too good for PG Tips, but Frenzy has now entered bedroom, and he's trying now the best. He has his friend Junior right there trying to pick up, but it's not going to work out because there's too many angles he's going to have to watch out. Might as well just risk it as long as he can be, but now Junius is back in the race, but he's going to get taken out very quickly again. There goes Frenzy. It's Fabi will get on the kill on the Junior, and no, Benji. He's gonna use that window, and he's gonna make quick process out of PG Tips.
I'm surprised that window lasts as long as it did. The hatch is open. Not a single.
Yes.
The hatch is open. They did not. There's plenty of ways to contest that mirror there. Even if it was just from the construction window, you could just Habana it open. They had the Habana in play. Like, I'm not sure. That's just interesting. It's just
Credits where credits due.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
That's quite a good mirror. Oh, if the mirror works, it works. Hey, I honestly didn't have the greatest expectations for that, but I've been proven wrong.
As I like to say, I like to be proven wrong.
Yeah, so do I.
It might just hurt my inner ego, quite a lot actually. but you know, it's definitely leaves me being slightly speechless on this one. So, but either way, now we're gonna see E-Wave attack a side that is played, I would say, way more a lot, and also probably way more towards cut it for them. Question is if they're just gonna keep on a dominance just as they did on attack and on that last round, or if PG Tips is gonna make the break.
Sorry.
Talk.
Talk. Yeah, I know.
Yes.
I just like to watch the. I don't usually talk over the prep faces. I just like to see how it goes out. Like we got the Vault Cam going up in kitchen, I presume, since the Vault was the one to get the hatches. So that'll give him that extra intel if he goes for the hatch later on, and she can go for the C4 from Arsenal as well, if need be. Actually, she got impacts, so maybe we'll see an impact trade. Well, perhaps. They have the Hibana, that's the only hard breach, well, if you exclude the Maverick, of course. But they have to get the hatch open, so it should be quite easy for them to do so, but without the Thermite on board, they haven't really got that backup hit if they do get that pick onto the Hibana.
Well, either way, I'm a bit curious on how it's gonna work out with the Zero, but you know what? Actually, speaking of Heart Breacher, he actually has a Heart Breach device. You can use that as well. But someone that's not gonna use much of his gun anymore will be Carex, as he's gonna get killed, and there is a out bleeding Texolo who's now getting picked up, freshly down, and leaving down a quite big mess at near strip. And can somebody clean this up? Thank you. Where's our housekeeper? Anyway, it doesn't matter because this place is gonna get teared into pieces as the hatch will not gonna get open, and also bits of the floorwork as Junior will peek through it. I'm not sure it is the greatest idea, but either way, Fabi, he will try to make his presence known from underneath and make sure that nobody is gonna get unpunished for stepping in there, as Benji will gonna take care of a lovely friend Frenzy. That's a sledge out of the game, and someone who would have been now very vital to use in the kitchen.
Yeah, I don't think they even have any sort of vertical plate open. They have a couple of shots, and I suppose they have got the breaches that the Ash brings, but with the sledge off the board now, it's going to be a bit more tedious for them to get these verticals open. So a lot easier for the attackers, the defenders, to stay and kind of slightly have a bit more control if the verticals weren't opened.
Well, shots are gonna come through as Benji will get a kill onto Tex Rololo, shutting down the Ash.
So that's the breach has gone off the Ash as well, like I just mentioned. And I think if they want to get any vertical play going, they're gonna have to use. I don't even have anything they can use to get any verticals open. It's just completely secured for the defenders. A couple of kills come out from both of the teams. It is now a 1v3. As Benji gets his third kill of the round onto Neo.
Well, Nomo. It's not the greatest thing to just step onto the smoke canister. They've now been so freaking deadly. I do not even want to be close to them anymore, but he's trying to make the shots, but there's basically three of us watching, and he's gonna get a one onto Rhino, but there's not enough time, and there's also not enough life for him, as Benji will get the kill with the pistol whip, the tap, and not fully tapping, but he's gonna be able to close off this round and going to extend the lead to a 5-3 for E-Wave.
Well, that was quite unfortunate for the Hibana there. The smoke's just sticking on those main stairs, and the smoke still even had a canister remaining, so even if she had managed to get a couple of frags and get into sight, she would have instantly been denied with the smoke, considering she had lost quite a bit of health from them on her push down. Oh, smoke's going to be so tedious late on the round. It's just like, it's so nice to take him out quite early on, so you don't have to deal with that. But I actually reckon without the smokes there, probably could have pushed through and probably could have actually pulled that through, because Havana definitely showed some fragging potential. I got a lovely kill into Arsenal, but the Malusi pistols seemed to be a stronger match.
Now he's just gonna see E-Wave gonna perform onto CCTV and Cash, and you know what? If they're gonna win this one as well, then it's pretty much well safely clear that there's just no side they cannot lose, basically, because excluding now Bar, and I think if you're gonna decide to go onto Bar, you really have to have something that's gonna work, because it's a a very difficult side, and it's definitely not one I would play. But then again, E-Wave sits in a great position that they not have to use it. But
Attackers must locate and defuse.
I'm a bit curious where Flakes is gonna go. Maybe he's trying to get a cheeky kill right off the bat, but well, who knows? We're just gonna see in just a bit.
Yeah. Sorry. The match is going down quite late, actually. 30 seconds into the round, they're still doing this setup. I think they've only just managed to get the rotate open as well, so a little bit late on PG Tips' end, but I think we might see a Maverick trick in play, just judging by the fact that Sledge just opened up that entire wall.
Here's the thing: I'd rather use the Maverick first and then the Sledge, but
Yeah.
you know what? Someone we're not gonna see much more any use of is going to be Benji, the guy being shot out of his place, and Carex still holding onto that catwalk.
So you can't see the Havana getting some this angle open onto the garage, just friendly finds the kill onto Kyrex, and just getting this garage wall open will make it a bit easier for them to take the control of it. I do believe that the Jaeger has been taken out from this top of rafters, so they have got this ability to push up if they need. So I've just had a complete mind blank on the word.
Don't worry. You got 1 minute 30 time. Then the round does end.
Well, the
Yeah.
down comes out onto the mute. That is one of the C4s actually off the board if he's not picked up soon, and it will leave this at 5v2 as the bandit gets taken out. What happened?
A flawless round will happen.
I still don't remember what I was just saying in the round's over. Okay. I mean, the second
Frenzy Jr.
they got the kill on
cleaning up.
the Jaeger and garage, which allowed them to take that control and have those crosses then on into sight. Got that breach open, I'm pretty sure as well. So very good use of the utility. I think actually one of the best rounds I've seen from them so far. Like that was really well played.
Well, that they did, and would you look at that? We're on to 5-4, and honestly, considering now, actually, that's an interesting choice now from E-Wave. They're gonna decide to go back to Gym Bedroom where they started. So normally I would have just said like, all right, just try again CCTV, but I guess these guys are very confident in the Gym Bedroom hold. So we're just gonna see how this is gonna work out for them. So
Is this a overtime or a draw league? Sorry, I forgot to ask beforehand.
we are having overtime as this is a minor game, but
Okay.
if we would be in a major game, actually, never mind. I'm an idiot. I'm swapping that out. Excuse me. Actually, the minor game draws are able to happen as we just play one map, but in the major, for anybody who is gonna watch it as well, for a major game, we're gonna play best out of two, meaning that we're gonna play overtime on those maps as well. But either way, just looking right now on the scoreline, do you think there's a chance for a draw?
I actually think so. Right now, it seems to go very back four between the two teams, and the rounds seem very close towards the end. Other than that last round, which was a flawless, every other round seems to be like a 2v1 towards the end, and like it's just going back four between the two teams, and both of them are playing quite well. They seem to be well adapting to how each other are playing, and that's quite nice to see. Like, they are very efficiently taking control of what they need to, and very quickly as well. So honestly, I reckon PG Tips can pull out this attack since they are going to go for the same defense as they did previously, and obviously if they're going to go for the same defense, it should be a lot easier for them to kind of guess and predict what's going to happen. So if the IGL is going through this correctly, it should be a very, very easy attack for them since nothing seems to be a change on the defense. But I actually reckon we could see a draw coming through.
Well, a draw would be possible, but let's be honest. Do you like to see a draw if you're one of those playing teams?
No, I'd rather lose than draw. I'm not gonna lie to you, because draw's like, oh, you tried. At least if you lost and tried your best, it's like, I don't know.
Well, either way, hopefully, I mean, E-Wave, I mean, if they're just gonna manage to win that round, they at least gotta, secure themselves the chance for a draw. But PGA Tips, on the other hand, they need to get the foot going if they want to win, because they basically need to now win all the next 3 rounds, and yeah, so far, I mean, Nomo maybe get a move. I mean, you just kind of like sitting there too long and too lonely. But then again, so far for E-Wave, this bomb site is working ever so fine because everybody's still outside. Nobody really has set a foot inside, with the exception of Nomo, but not looking all too hot.
Using that hard reach device in order to get the castle barricade open, which is an interesting decision since they have the slides and the Zofia in play. But I suppose if you've got it, why not? In it, just a minute on the board, and all 5 players are still alive on either of these teams. And other than this breach, they haven't really got much control of sight. Running straight up, it's baby doesn't have to counter instinct.
Didn't work too well, but
Second time someone's tried swinging that castle. Did they not learn after the first?
well, as Texel will get a kill on the Benji will get a kill on Texel, virtually trading, and as physically speaking, this Junior is now gonna get cut down thanks to Kyrex. Well, Nomo, the sole last survivor for PG Tips, and there goes the C4 from Rhino, and well,
no.
ladies and gentlemen, E-Wave have now secured themselves at least 1 point.
At least they get this draw, if nothing else. But all they have to do now is pull through one more site and they get themselves this win. And I believe Arsenal's opened up again for them, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, no, it's not been 3 rounds. Oh, yeah, I guess never mind. It has been 3 rounds. I'm right. So they have got Arsenal, and they did do decently well on this site. Previously, I think it was a 3v1 towards the end. So this honestly could be a game for E-Wave right now.
Well, that's going to be, and just taking a quick look, Church and Arsenal, it's going to be for E-Wave, and if they're just gonna play it just as last time, you know, that's gonna be the win for them. But unless PG Tips has other ideas too, so we're gonna see on how it will work out for them. But
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
looking a bit on the lineup, you know, we got Benji on the Belusi. You know, Benji devices, I mean, they're the worst things to deal with. I mean, that's just gonna be a big pain. Because these things are like, can you call them wireless barbed wire?
Bluetooth barbed wire, yeah. That's what I've always said about them, is that's what they are basically. It's so annoying. I mean, the new changes will definitely balance it out a little bit, if not kill it. But, hey, Banshee's just such a pain. Not only does it slow down the attackers, it also gives that extra intel for the defenders as to where the attackers are pushing from.
But to be fair, if you have, let's be honest, if you have very good ears, I mean, you're also going to be able to hear from the barbed wire as well. But, I mean, it's definitely going to be a difficult one to deal with as well. And, you know, Mute is there blocking out the drones and giving off the impression for another side, and you'll still have Fabi on the Valkyrie, who, I mean, let's be honest, if Camps plays right, and the intel being brought up very, how to say, whatever they're gonna see, you know, the intel is gonna come through for them. Once like a C4 flies and the perfect flank, you know, that's just gonna be the kill, and it's gonna be the end for PG Tips.
It's interesting though, we are seeing the Buffalo Malusi and the Valkyrie impacts as opposed to the C4. So that's just usually not commonly used, but Junior gets the first kill on the Pyrex, and it's a Jaeger off the board. And
well, as Frenzy will get also another kill, that's going to be Banshee off the board as well. And speaking of Frenzy, he's going to get down, but Nomo on the other hand, he's just going to be able to make a kill on the Fabi. And to be honest, just thought us like how maybe easily would go for E-Wave. I mean, everything is going very wrong for them, but they finally now managed to get a kill onto Nomo. That's going to be thanks to Rhino, but right now, 2v4 situation for them, and PG Tips, well, I mean, they're looking very good.
it was double SMG11 to hold on to sight. But with Frenzy on quite low health as well as Rhino actually. He's looking quite strong with them. A minute on the board, and I believe they do have the hatches open, so they have quite a lot of control considering the amount of time that's gone. But the Rhino does get taken down, but Flick's trying to kill off the texture and text. Okay, go for that pickup. Actually costs him his life there. His friend's just sitting in dirt. Okay.
Well, round 12, make or break. PT tips. Either they're just gonna make a draw, or either will now gonna come out strong and gonna secure that round and give themselves the victory. But
Clash.
interesting already to see. I mean, we're definitely thinking about changes, and with that clash, yeah, they're now trying to really make sure that they're gonna win it.
Oh, I honestly, I hate a clash. I don't care how everybody tells me, oh, she's easy to deal with. Just melee her, just cap tailbolt her. Like, no, she's annoying.
Well, how you gonna deal? How you gonna? Yeah, I was about to say, how you gonna deal with a vigil then?
Yeah, like, I mean, they have brought a mute majority of these rounds, so they already had that intel denial when it comes to the drones. But Vigil's going to make it a lot harder for them to drone them out and go for that roam clear that we have seen them do. Since they did clear out the Melusi quite early on, Vigil will make it a little bit easier for them to hold this above without the attackers having full awareness of his positioning.
Yeah, interesting to see would be now maybe the scoreboard before this round will, probably this match will come to a close. So, but then again, I see on the side as well, Junior, 12 kills for PT Tips, Frenzy on 14. I mean, these two guys are definitely the strong fraggers. And if we just take a slight look towards the right onto Benji with 10 kills, Carex on 7, same for Rhino, Fabi on 6, and Flakes on 9. They're looking quite evenly on the board. If you just look on PG Tips, I mean, you have Juno, you have Frenzy. Those two are really doing great work and carrying as well. But whilst Textual, Nomo, and Instinct, they're going to have to step up in this last round because you can't rely fully on these two. Because now it's, like I said, make or break. Either going to make a draw or it's going to go home for E-Wave Academy. And right now, I'm not seeing really much happening. A few shots are going to come through trying to break down barricades. But so far, still holding up strong for E-Wave. And it's going to even look way stronger by removing out Noma. That's the Hibana off the board. And someone who could have opened that hatch so easily and without any compromise. But there you go, Kyrex! He's not going to put any more uses. Junior will get his 13th frag. The 0 for Peachy Tips as Flakes is going to come down with his second kill. That's going to be Instinct off the board. And that's another Heart Breacher gone. And with another, I mean the last.
They still have the hard device on the 0. That's the only chance they have in order to get this hatch open. And it's not really going to be the most reliable since one impact coming through, that's gone. And that's everything gone.
Well, I don't know what PG Tips will do. I mean, if they're going to be able to do it, use the Heart Bridge device, then yes. But I think they're going to do the bit smarter choice and not going to use it on a kitchen and rather instead use it on the board. There, it's not going to be able to get tricked. But they're now left a bit with a sticky situation because they don't have anything now to breach furthermore than going to church or something. So they need to find the kills. And they need to find them, well, I would say in a matter of a minute. Junior is shooting. Not gonna follow it, but here comes the Jaeger. He's gonna throw out, and there you go. Benji's gonna get a kill. And even a double as Frenzy was right up behind. Leaving it all down to Texalolo, trying to defend this and trying to bring the draw home tonight. But looking in this 1v4 situation, he needs to do a lot of work in so little time as he will not drop. He's trying to pre-fire blue, but the shots are gonna through, and Fabi, he is gonna make it. The GGs are in the chat. E-Wave Academy will win this match for tonight. Absolutely bonkers. I mean, I didn't thought E-Wave would technically pull through, but would you look at this? 7-5. They just make it, and whew, bit close, I must say.
I mean, both of those teams definitely played that quite well, honestly. it was quite close. I honestly was expecting a draw from that, but the Havana being the first player off the board and the just unfortunate frags, and it's just unlucky, really.
Well, unlucky it is, but don't worry. If you want to see obviously more action, then stay tuned. We're just gonna go into a quick break and just gonna get the next two teams going. But before we're just gonna do that, we're just gonna get the winner in, and that's gonna be one from E-Wave. Just getting a little quick interview and then going maybe slightly later on for a bit. But I mean, I'm definitely how to say amazed by E-Wave doing it because if last time I checked on the leaderboard, they didn't look all too hot. I mean, they were not sitting on the biggest spot really. They're sitting rather down on the leaderboard than PG Tips. Well, they've now known. I mean, we know them now for quite some time. I mean, last season they played in major, they got relegated, and they now managing to go quite strongly in this minor so far. And that loss, I mean, that's definitely gonna bite in a bit on the probably I would say on their ego, but I mean E-Wave very well and deserved. And well, what are your thoughts on this match?
That was honestly, I love that. That was great. Both teams played that quite well, and the defenses were, they were fairly standard. You do have a kind of thing you got to follow in Clubhouse, but it was very, very well played from both the teams. And I was just looking at the standings there, and both PG Tips and E-Wave actually are very close to PG Tips having 7 match points and E-Wave on 6. So, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing there. 7 and is it 10? So it's quite close on the teams, I'll be honest. But it's just both, it was looking so close. It was honestly looking so close.
Well, either way, I mean, I must say, considering Clubhouse, where I just gonna say like, defender, like whoever's gonna start first, just manage to just sail through the 6-0 and then just maybe get one attack, just capitalize on the mistake of one of what the other team's gonna make on their defense. So, but going out the first split 3-3, definitely an interesting one. I mean, you don't see that too much any often. I mean, well deserved obviously as well, because I mean, winning attacks in Clubhouse, they're them, you definitely know they're, I would say pretty much they belong to the basics, but yet again, it seems like the basics they come out to be like one of the hardest thing, to manage to get straight. And well, it comes a bit of a surprise. And obviously seeing E-Wave that now on the defense, they definitely had the upper lead, but PG Tips, they managed just to come back. They managed to get quite a good kills going and really to start trade forward. But in the end, it wasn't enough for them. And they unfortunately, well, they got a bit of homework to do for tonight.
Do you know what was quite interesting is I don't think any defender won CC there. I'm not. I think every CC site was lost for the defenders, and that's typically one of your stronger sites. I think Arsenal was definitely one of the stronger sites there. Like, I think every time it was played, other than maybe once, it was won. And Gym Bedroom as well was a bit of an iffy one, but yes, I'm pretty sure CC got lost every single defense it was brought.
I think you could be right. Yeah, I mean that's actually an all-time first. That's actually an all-time first, but yeah, as I was actually about to say, maybe since no one's gonna join, we might as well go and break. But there you go. We have one of the members of E-Wave Academy in. We're just gonna plunk him right into, and then we're good to go. And we're calling him. We're just doing like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Just gonna take a few seconds. Maybe and speaking
Hello.
of the devil, I mean, excuse me, speaking of the sun, so it comes out, we're having one of the members of E-Wave Academy in. Well, since your name isn't the same on Uplay, I'm just gonna ask you, who were you on this lovely match? First.
So I've heard in last time that my name was speaking wrong of some casters. So just to make it clear, my in-game is Kyrex, and yeah. So first, hello, I'm Kyrex.
Okay, at least I will write with that name, Garex.
Okay, perfect.
First of all, congratulations. 7-5, first split 3-3. I mean, you normally don't see that on Clubhouse. I mean, that worked well on defense. It didn't seem you had CCTV really under control, but surprisingly, Jim Bedroom proved that to be, I must say, really a big stronghold from you guys.
Yeah, so I must say, I think 3-3 on Attack Clubhouse is a nice outcoming for us. We played really well in the attack, I would say. On the defense, CC is a problem. We just couldn't hold it, and they just gunned us away. To Jim and Jim is a very good spot of us for like the strats are very good. Shout out to Flakes, our player slash strats maker. He makes them very well, and so Jim is like one of our best bomb sites on that map.
Well, maybe it's just a quick question. Were you planning to go on that Clubhouse specifically, or was it like, the man's didn't fully manage to our advantage?
So actually, like to the map ban is always we made it as a team, but we don't specifically plan to go on a map or something. We just ban and see what comes out.
Well, quite unique, and also, I mean, it worked out for you. I mean,
good.
you have any questions, Blix?
Not really. Not much I can say. It. Well played. Honestly, well played.
Yeah, GG's to the enemy, I would say.
Well, GG's to PG Tips, and since I can plug it in and I can annoy my lovely friend Epson again. Danke, dass du da warst. Viel Erfolg noch weiterhin. Schaut, dass gut beieinander bleibt und
danke sehr. Werden wir machen.
Zu Hause bleiben, scrimmen schön brav.
So.
Alles Gute fürs nächste. Vierte.
Dann, thanks for having me. And have a nice time. Bye.
You too. Take care. Bye. Yes, I like to waffle in a language that I speak. That's my mother. Well, first. Anyway, that pretty much is going to conclude the first game for tonight. So don't worry, it's not going to be over, because we're going to stick on to with another game tonight as well. But for that, obviously, very, very quick and short thanks to Thematic for sponsoring the league. Since season 2, they've been now helping us out with the league, and they are, I would say, pretty much the reason we're able to bring you these productions and these gigs and these casts. So huge thank you to them. And well, without any further ado, we're just going to send you off to a quick break, and we're just going to rejoin you back for the game Burning Foxes versus Paragon. So stick there. We'll be right back.
Problems I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my black.
Fight number 1, fight number 2, fight number 3, oh my!
Area from initiation into daycare, and just Crash just camping on this bottom floor. I don't see what he's doing. Is very unfortunate. I'm just curious to see what's actually coming next. I have no idea what's going on this push.
Well, Pico is going to find a double kills. He finds another one onto that Maverick of Texonic. The one that amazing brought down to 1 HP. And the Valkyrie of Pipu just finishes it off, gives a final blow, but the Frost's going to find the end of her life as Zofia is going to get a kill. Pipu Pipu going absolutely mad with a triple kill.
Graze is going to be ambushed by this Ella now. They can go in. He was landed perfect for a 3K. Siffer's going to catch the head of Graze, and he's going to catch him, but it's on that quick kick back until he wipes up the board. Siffer catches him.
Statue. Exactly where he is. He's going to be gathering as time does tick down and engagement will come out. Duffy unfortunately dies to it though, and that is the 416 carbine coming out full fashion with a headshot out of all things.
Noetik mit einer wunderschönen, weiterhin Führung natürlich unterwegs, wenn es jetzt hier um die Gunpower-Anzahl geht. Live-fahrtechnisch können sie nicht wirklich schwärmen. Nee, Black Sky mit dem ersten Ausbesserung draußen. Neiko Nero draußen, wir sind wieder Ausgleich, Neiko draußen. 4-3-3-Situation, 3-2-Situation, Respawn holt sich die Führung raus und es ist tatsächlich nur noch Kito und Skies unterwegs sind sie auf dieser Twitch und natürlich auf der anderen Seite auf die Sledge unterwegs. Jetzt geht's für den Skies auch in eine Close Angle, jetzt mittlerweile in diesen Freezer hinein. Triple Kill, Black Sky findet hier die 3-1-Situation. Es liegt hier nur noch ein Kito mit 11,80 an 2 in Engel in Richtung Toilets. Dort haltet man jetzt hier natürlich den Engel in Richtung Castle, aber Black Sky mit dem Follow-up holt sich Kito raus und B-Sports die mit.
Ash Marta. State Marta. No raga, cosa ho fatto?
Nice call.
Vabbè. Mi sta dando...
Le lucernari, mi sa.
E lo smocco? No! Non piccate, sto andando a difendere.
Ma Sorry allo spawn, raga. Andrà a uccidere Sorry.
No, raga, che griffato.
Su, è finito.
There you are. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Town League. Welcome back to Season 4. Still your lowly caster, Tyrell, and this is still Lixby, who is joining me for tonight. And who will also be joining with me the game Burning Foxes versus Paragon. And my oh my, did we just came off from a very interesting clubhouse.
And now onto a very interesting cafe, which hopefully, we might see a similar sort of game, since Clubhouse was very, very close. And I'm going to expect Cafe to be quite a close game too, since it typically does go very close. Every time I've cast this map, it's always so close between the two teams, because it's just such, I think in my opinion anyway, it's such a balanced map compared to some of the other ones. Like, there's so much you can do on both the attack and the defense, and it's just, there's such a variation in every single team on this map. So I love this map personally. I just absolutely love casting this map, and I absolutely love playing this map. It's just so fun.
Yes, I think I mean, I like the map as well. I really think it's a good map. The only thing that I don't like is that I've been now through a whole season and a season and a half of like almost only casting Clubhouse, Cafe, and with now recent times quite a lot of Oregon. So
Yeah.
the teams ain't doing me the best favor. Like, you give me some change.
You should see some of the things I've casted on Cafe, man. It's
Oh goodness
awful
sake.
game.
Well, at least we're gonna know that this map is gonna ensure us at least a great play. And to be honest, I mean, it will gonna be a lovely map tonight. And I think I'm just gonna watch very quickly into the lobby. It looks like all teams are in, just waiting on for everybody to be ready, and then we already can send you off into the operator ban phase for this match. And what are you gonna expect from operator wise?
Operator wise, I mean, it just depends on the site, in all honesty. I suppose that Cafe has the same sort of attack kind of lineup. You do see like Ash or like a Zoe, maybe a Sledge kind of being brought out, but bans, if I've got bans to a thing, that's what we're probably talking about. It's obviously going to be a Thatcher. Thatcher's always banned. might
Yeah.
think a Jackal or a Nomad being banned, since they could be kind of a bit of a pain on Cafe, but maybe could see a Sledge depending on how the defense plan to hold up their, like how their strats go. Because I do see Sledge banned if they plan to Castle or anything such as. Yeah, Thatcher first ban. Poor Thatcher, man. I kind of feel bad for the guy.
Honestly, I'm the one who's saying, quite let's say, is there a reason why you ban Thatcher, or do you even know why you ban Thatcher?
I think at this point it's muscle memory, just ban Thatcher. I think nobody even real like he's not as powerful as he used to be. Like he hasn't been for a while, but I suppose he just makes it easier, I guess, if nothing else.
Maverick getting banned is a bit of a, I'm gonna say a bit of an interesting thing. I probably would have went for an ace or for an Ibarra if I just gonna think, you know, attacking on top floor and stuff like this. Don't get somebody who can throw the swing across the room. But seeing the mirror banned, well, not a rare sight either. The trick question is, or something that I'm gonna say, something that Paragon should do is ban the Wamai, but as it's going to appear to be, it's gonna be Valkyrie. So I mean, I can see the point of the Valk, but not really if I think like you really want to play against the Wamai, but then again, they're gonna start off first, so
That ban is definitely like understandable, especially on this sort of map where I see so many people going for run outs or jumping out the window like absolute maniacs on Cafe, as well as the fact that Valkyrie can just have these hidden cams in sight to use the C4 from below to deny flaps. So Valkyrie off the ball makes it a lot easier for you to not have to worry about bringing an IQ to find these cameras, or just spend the extra, say, 5-10 seconds just looking for them. Sometimes being diverted like that will allow the defenders just to swing onto you. So it just saves that hassle. The mirror though is an interesting one, since I kind of get it. Like for top floor, you kind of want to ban a mirror, or maybe even for reading, want to ban a mirror since it can be a pain. But honestly, she's kind of easy to deal with. Bring a Capital, Firebolt where she's playing, and it's it really. She's not that hard to take care of, but I suppose it does save you that time of having to go through that all. And yeah, and the Maverick ban as well. As you mentioned, I honestly don't understand the benefit of that one, since the only site that's actually really beneficial is Kitchen, and that's if they go for like a bakery take or something like that. But even still, there's other ways. I don't know. I just don't see a Maverick ban being most beneficial for this map. But maybe they had a reason behind it.
one thing I definitely like to see from Paragon, as they're gonna play with a shield inside the stock in there, and also with a line of sight open there. I'm not gonna say anything, but mate, this strat is a year old, and I was there when it was invented.
But it still works. It's a year old, but it still works. Like, you even have, well, I wouldn't even call that a pixel shield, but they have it in that sort of region as well. So they have got these like 3 different. I never usually see these 3 together. Usually it's like two out of the 3 together, but I mean, at least they're holding cigar, if nothing else.
I mean, as you're gonna say, you know, never change your running system, and especially one that's working, and so far it works, but something that's not gonna fully work out is gonna be Quint, who loses quite a lot of HP onto that C4.
See, the thing is about these shields is that without the Ramai in play, they're not as strong as they could be. I get you have the Ada, but obviously ADSs aren't strong as they used to be when these strats came about, so they're very easy to deny and they're very easy to take care of. If anything, they'll probably stall about 30 seconds, and that's all you're going to get out of this sort of hold.
That's Quint. He might gonna get a shot. He's gonna get a few tags, but unfortunately not gonna fully close out and gonna make a kill on there. But that would have been very, very nicely done so by Quint. And I mean, just looking at Burning Foxes, I mean, they're getting closer and closer to that target, but I don't think they're gonna really do so anymore, thanks to Bailey, who's just gonna take out Quint, and Explo, who is also now down. Is Bailey gonna get another, and there goes the third! And let you look at this. Taps and Milo will finish it off and bring it to a flawless round.
Vector go brr. Oh my god, that was like Goyo playing quite aggressively. That I don't know how they were allowed to drop that hatch or even get towards that region. I don't know how they were allowed to play that aggressively anyways, but the fact that Goyo swung up, was able to get those kills. Hibana honestly almost got the kill onto the Jaeger playing on that shield just from the defender's own feet holes, which aren't the greatest to use. Like honestly, I don't see those used very often. If anything, I kind of see more of a head high hold being used. But hey, it works. It can work, but I don't think they were utilizing it. They weren't using the feet holes that they opened up, and if anything, the attackers had more advantage from them than anything. But hey, it's just the aggression from that Goyo was just beautiful.
It worked out so perfectly that I mean they're
I
going
love
out
the
with that round. They're going out with that round, and off they're gonna go to kitchen. Question is if they're gonna repeat that, and I do kind of wonder. I mean, after this, like if I'm burning foxes, I definitely need to get my ball rolling again, because that thing, that is. I'm just gonna say it, that's embarrassing.
See, the thing I love about this site is that there's so many different ways to hold kitchen itself. Like you have an extension into VIP, you can freezer, have above bottom kind of hold, you've got heavy roaming, or you can go from a bakery hold or just completely turtle it. There's just so many different variations of strats and kitchen that work, and they all work within like the same meta, as opposed to like top floor you kind of see the same old kind of cigar hold from freezer, or maybe you might see a little bit of below, but there's not really anything. And every other site has such a standard play that kitchen is just so beautiful to watch. It's a strat roulette, as someone told me once.
I was about to say, I'm more interested to see if Dilly's gonna make actually with that small bullet hole in that barricade. If he's gonna make a kill, then you know what, might as well just gonna address naked at this stage, because yeah, if you're gonna make shot like this, I mean, sorry, that's pretty much, you can call Guinness Book World of Records. I said, like, I made one shot you're not gonna be able to recreate, bro. But well, we didn't got to see it, but that gives us a slightly more play time into this round as best. We're now going to be occupying the top of red stairs, and Ziggy will be occupying heaven thanks to taps. There goes your ace from Burning Foxes.
Well, that's going to take them that's going to waste a bit of time just for them to have to rotate around, pick that diffuser back up, since I'm pretty sure all the other attackers on the other side of the map right now. So that is quite a huge pick actually from the defenders, and I don't think they have anything else to open up these walls or even the hatches, so already it's looking hugely in favor of the defense.
Well, Paragon, I mean, they literally got the right pick. I mean, that's your heartbeat you already had for Burning Foxes, so they definitely have to think differently. I mean, what they're looking is now to get the kills and have to walk through a door if they want to go for the plant, but seeing and how, I mean, Warren is, I mean, he's working on getting the floor open and trying to find those kills, but I'm not so quite sure on how it's so far working out, because he's still got Dilly in the prep room. He's still holding on strong. He doesn't have any nasty angles from above that might gonna kill him either. So, and just looking on Burning Foxes, I mean, they focus on the vertical destruction right there, but I think best he decides to be a bit brave and actually walk down the stairs, but that's gonna end up into Kaz's angle. He has it prepped up, he has that punch hole. It's just a matter of question if Best were able to spot out maybe pre-fire. Kaz shooting it, giving away his position, not the best thing, but considering also there's a window right there, but there you go. Kaz is gonna get the kill on the Best. And there it goes again. Kaz just made a Pokeball on the wall! What? What? No way!
Oh my god.
I mean, Expo now coming up with the triple kill. I mean, what is this round? This is completely different, and Bailey taps him out of space as well. I mean, what was this round?
The one tap to finish it off, and the Pokemon coming out from the vigil into that window was absolutely beautiful. Oh my god.
What was that?
That was a violation. That's what that was. That was going like, you know, that first round where we absolutely swung you with the Vector and we destroyed you? That, yeah, this time I'm going to Pokeball you and one-tap you instead. Like, that was... Oh, right, now these attackers are actually getting violated. The huge first pick coming out from from Paragon though. Like that ace off the board definitely slowed down their attacks. There's nothing they can really do from that point, since Kitchen relies so heavily on getting these breaches open, since the doors are so easy to watch and the cross is so easy to hold otherwise. Especially with how the defenders were playing, they were playing very, very close to site, so it was going to be very difficult for them to push up if they decided to do. Verticals is the only way they're going to have anything to do there, and they did. The Sledge was able to get a couple of kills from it, but unfortunately, it just was not enough time for them towards the end there. Oh my god.
Steph, if you're watching this, just give me the PayPal if you play us, because they're just gonna get a 5 crit for nice little BM. Feeling foxy. Stop foxing around. Oh, thanks for that. I always love a little bit of banter or just some nice BM. You love to see it, and I mean, to be fair, they have the right. They have the right to say. Definitely looking way strong, like instantly denying, and I'm not sure if Miller's gonna have a few shots left in that shotgun after, but we're just gonna get to see him. We're gonna see how the action will roll, and as Birding Foxes will finally start open up the hatches on top 4. The hammer in use as the drones will now swarm out and just gonna scout ahead.
Yeah, reading's definitely a very another one of these. It's kind of strong, honestly. I kind of find reading underrated compared to the other two like commonly picked sites, you know, kitchen and bar. But they are going to go for this top down clear. Just do it. Try and take control of any of these the defenders playing up in cocktail. But Goyo in panel is actually quite an interesting one. You know, we see the Vector go brr again, and anybody trying to contest them. But hey. I'm pretty sure the defenders still have quite strong control right now of this top floor. And they haven't managed to waste a minute and a half, if nothing else, just trying to clear them out.
Here's the thing. Something that I used to have with teams is like hold the upstairs. And like about 1 minute 30, I would rotate down, but someone who definitely is not gonna rotate down is Dilly, as Quint will just find him right from the window, as Milo will just gonna revenge his friend and just gonna take out Best instead for it. And looking at Paragon, well, now the shots are gonna come. Now Burning Fox is looking to close up on it. If you just look on the timer, I mean, they played it out very well. I mean, wasted enough great time as Bailey is gonna get a kill onto Expo. That's a sledge off the port. A great pick from there. And just looking, the Nomad of Quint, I mean, using the little bar table is just not gonna get shot or blown up. As Taps, well, that air jab, that's gonna reveal your position. That's gonna make flanking impossible. But if you look on the timer, so far Paragon looking ever so great.
You see, they're still attacking still on this top floor now, and they have the ability to kind of play some sort of verticals with the breaches on the Zofia, but dropping down into pillar, they're trying to kill onto the Goyo, and the Kaz trying to kill into Owen, and 2v3 now in favor of Paragon, and Quint does take a bit of damage as they're trying to kill onto Milo, and a triple kill for the Nomad. And
10 seconds left.
Well, Ziggy now planning. Quinn needs to defend him, and there you go. The diffuser's gonna get down. As Taps will gonna make his name. Justice is gonna get Quinn off the board, but there you go. Ziggy gonna get a kill. The Taps and Kaz gonna finish off Ziggy.
oh, the verticals, man! They were still able to hold it from above, and maybe was just able to flank up and just use the verticals. Like, the attackers opened against them. Oh, this is just so unfortunate. I think it was a 2v2, so they could have probably held a bit more of a cross, but Giga getting a lovely frag there, and just allowing them to finish it off, and it was just honestly that was quite nice. Plant did go down, so I honestly expected the plant to get denied. In all honesty, like the verticals that you had there, he should have been able to deny that with like beforehand, but.
You want to know? We now come actually to an interesting part where it's like, no, remembering Cafe, like, you know, the first the first few first rounds, and especially in the first half, you know, if you're just gonna end up in a 3-3, you know, this the first half it pretty much doesn't matter because the second one, just one of those teams were just gonna steamroll through. And I mean, just looking at it so far, I mean, Paragon, I mean, they're having a very, very great time as they're flying on these rounds. And Woen, thank you, buddy, for 6-picking the Blackbeard.
No, Blackbeard's great on this map. Just stick him on heavy window and just pew pew pew.
Yeah, I said thank you for picking him. I'm a Blackbeard main. I hate what the frick the changes they gotta do to
What
him.
are they doing to him? Why are they doing that to him? Like, I get it, okay, I get it. I get why they're doing it to him, but why?
Thank you, someone who understands me.
Like, I saw that. I saw the other change. I was like, okay, Lucy, it's gonna kill her, but okay, fair enough, right? And I was just going through it, and I saw Blackbeard. I'm like, are you trying to kill him? Like, you might as well not have a shield at this point. You might as well. Like, he was okay. He wasn't overpowered, I don't think, anyway.
Well, you know what? We can actually use Rowan as our guinea pig to actually see does he gonna need a change or not? Because if Rowan just gonna absolutely fry this round and just gonna be the sole reason Burning Foxes will win it, then we can talk about maybe nerfing and, you know, maybe tweaking him. But I don't think it's gonna be the case, because then again, looking at taps, I mean, I'm not quite sure you're supposed to use a Goa shield, because if you're lucky and not gonna run quick enough off, that's just gonna burn off on you. But well, here's the point where I obviously like to see the Wamai, because this is obviously the part where you're gonna use your magnets, you're gonna try to stall it out as best as you can, deny every single breaching charge and impact and whatnot, everything flying onto you. But as with a little bit of help from Quint, they're just gonna be able to burn it off. And Taps, good night, best, as he was prepared to put down the breaching round. He is gonna find himself dead thanks to Taps, and can I say he's making his name proud?
He has rotated away though out of Cigar, but obviously he still has this very strong control from Washroom. So even if the shield does get destroyed now, which I still think they're trying to get it, it's still got very strong for Paragon. That was a lovely kill. That was a good night and a half, honestly.
Well, that indeed. And
when did he get there? When did Rowan get there? I didn't see him.
I don't know, but here's the thing: if he's gonna play it out right, he might gonna be able to find a kill, and if it's gonna be on Taps, but doesn't matter. As Quinn, we're gonna get the kill on the Taps, getting out the man, quite being feared from Burning Foxes. And well, looking at it, it's a 4v4, but 50 seconds on the clock, mate. It's not looking all too well. I mean, you gotta speed up if you're Burning Foxes and Paragon. They just need to hold down strong, and so far it's looking better and better for Paragon. But shots are gonna come through a bit. I see Wowen losing a bit of his HP. I see him lose a bit more. I mean, pinks are all the way through. Mate, take care of that evil eye. It's gonna destroy you. I mean, Wowen's not even gonna get the chance to fire off his gun really and going into gunfight, but there you go. As Bailey will gonna peek, and there you go. The smoke nade will kill him off. Milo with the smoke, as he's gonna use another one as the Butters counter smoke, as Milo gonna get a kill through it even onto Quint, as Expo will try to use his gun, but the time's ticking low, and there you go. Dilly and Milo is gonna finish it off. Paragon.
The Banshee, I was actually quite, was an unspoken hero in that scene. That just the fact that the Sledge wasn't able to play aggressively and the Ace couldn't really do much, rotate around, because Banshee just right in the middle of the room, which is just out of range for him to be able to safely melee. This is exactly an example as to why they're getting changed. Honestly, the Banshee was the unspoken hero there, even though it smokes with devastating damage, and obviously the defenders are holding very good crosses into shop, and were able to get the kills. At default point, it's very easy to deny. Banshee. The Banshee.
I think there's a thing called the unsung hero, or pretty much a sidekick to a superhero, and I think that's pretty much that goes under the Banshee. But then again, you can give credit Bailey for bringing the Melusi out. So I guess it's all fine on this. And as Paragon now on the back with their 4th round win, they will now go on to Kitchen. And interesting to see now the 6th pick from Burning Foxes trying to decide to swap out the Sophia for Jackal. I don't know if it's gonna be the clue or the key to pretty much just solve that puzzle. But then again, you're bringing a Bloodhound, so at least you're gonna get a kill or two from it.
I honestly, the Jackal in this sort of situation is quite good, since if they did see the Vigil pick, you're going to be expecting a roam play, and with the obviously not being able to join him out, since that's the whole entire purpose of him, the Jackal does make that a little easier to clear out the roaming from the Vigil, and they don't have to spend as much time trying to look around, face peeking him and stuff like that. So Jackal can understand, and obviously he does bring his secondary shotgun through, so for the vertical play, you don't have to worry so much about the over breaches, since that's kind of the main thing she brings here. So Jackal, I actually do understand this sort of situation.
Dilly, just stop. It's
That
not gonna happen.
bullet hole is a once in a lifetime kind of thing. It's just not gonna. Might as well just punch the whole window down. Honestly, it still works.
Might as well just jump out of it and maybe, you know, try something on it. If you're just gonna get a kill and just die, well, maybe that's worth for the trade. But well,
I think it's
maybe
just
we'll
standard.
get to see it, but I don't think it will happen anytime soon. If do so, please,
I
I'll
want
link
that.
you my email. But there
I
you
think
go,
I want
taps.
I think that was the one tap. I heard little taps with the tap and the ziggy, and there's a Habana off the board. Again, the hard beach is gone. The hard beach is gone again. Straight off. They've done it again.
Well, Ziggy again, forced to watch from heaven. And best, well, the Ash on an 05. I mean, not putting any numbers up and still not going to put as Dilly. It's just gonna shut him up. And my oh my, it's Paragon.
How did
I mean,
the Habana die from there? That's what I'm curious of. Like, she died there. What happened? Rowan actually just went to kill out the Kaz, and that's the Vigil, as I was saying. Like, Jack taking the Vigil out.
well, you know, finally, at least something comes down nicely from Burning Foxes. But oh, I think there's gonna be the aggressive peek from Tapsis. He's gonna pre-find. He's even gonna make it. Quint.
Nice diffuser dropped as well. It's such an easy place to hold for you. All you have to do is kind of stay on these white stairs, not allow anybody to rotate down them, and he should actually have this diffuser in hand for the remaining of this defense.
Explode. I think he has a grenade in hand. The rain is gonna come through. Tapsis is gonna get killed onto Expo, and the grade's not gonna shut him off as Rowan instead will get the kill. And he now all alone versus 3, and there you go. There goes Dilly. That's his 3rd kill now. Rowan in this round stepping it up for Burning Foxes. He only needs to find 2 more, and he's gonna get a win for Burning Foxes. But time's ticking low. He's gotta pick up the diffuser as well, and with Bailey in kitchen, he's gonna stronghold. He's gonna have to fight off Milo, and he's now gonna get diffuser into hand, but he needs to be quick. He's not gonna be able to scan anything anytime soon, but he's playing it a bit too careful, trying to check out the angle. Not gonna lose it out. The Banshee is now finally getting destroyed. I see not gonna try to. I mean, the smoke canisters from Milo. They just gonna. I think they're just gonna make the win for the round, and yes, they do. As Milo gonna get the shot onto Rowan. Took him a bit to decide to run through it, but they just gonna end his life. And Paragon again.
Smoke and
With
Melusi
the
being
round
this,
victory.
yeah, Smoke and Melusi right now being this like dreadful duo. It's like working so well together. The Banshee's slowing them down, and the Smoke's denying this push into the site, and that was just so unfortunate. It's just wait, even though the Banshee took like 5 seconds of its push, then just rotate over to it, punch it down, and then push up. The Smoke was like obviously then not as much. He didn't have much time to wait for the Smokes to go down, and had to risk it, even though he was at such low health, anyways, and. He got a lovely 3k, but unfortunately, that was just that was unlucky. Tap's got some lovely frags that round, though. Fair play to the guy. Like I have to give it that to him there. Got that really early pick onto the hard breach yet again. The diffuser was dropped. That forced everybody out of position, and Honestly,
I think it's safe to say that Taps is our MVP.
yeah, definitely for this game. He's doing absolute bits right now for Paragon. Taps getting
I
them
mean,
taps.
living up to his name in his fullest extent, and as Paragon, we're gonna go to the last bomb site for this half, and also for this defense to reading. Well, if they're just gonna make it our wordplay again, delay as much time on top, and then pretty much play it from there. And if they're gonna be able to pick up, or how to say, exactly pick out Quint, then they're good. Picking out Bast won't, that would be even a bigger bonus. Picking out Ziggy, well, I'm not gonna think he's gonna have much to hard breach on as the Hibana, but we're gonna see. But overall, I mean, Taps, mate, I don't know what sense you're using, because I'm on controller.
You play controller.
Well, I'm a bit forced to, let's be honest. Which is why people never took me seriously as a coach, because they said I don't have apparently the experience. But mate, just because I can't aim doesn't mean I have a big brain. But
It's the same game, controller or keyboard.
it's the same game, and I guess I'm gonna call you now the spokesperson for the console community. ain't changing much, isn't it?
I think the only difference is PC is a lot quicker than console. That's the only thing. That because frags are coming out a lot quicker from on the PC side. Other than that, it's the same game, same strat, same meta. Like it's just the same thing. It's just one has a keyboard, the other has a controller. Only difference really. And one has 60 frames, and the other has mixed.
Already gonna feel like some people are just gonna type in chat. What the hell is this?
It's me promoting the
Screw
console
off,
community.
PC, best mouse and keyboard, goat. But to be honest, I don't care either, because the only thing I care is about how the hell did X-Wood just get the shot on Kaz? Why the hell I didn't see it as the stun? Yeah, as the stuns are gonna come out, the Taps is gonna be losing quite a lot of speed. There you go, Dilly. Ziggy gone again. Dilly is gonna be the man responsible for it, and I'm still not seeing Best stepping up to his best potential. And yes, I made a word pun finally again as Bowen and Quint. I mean, they're taking control of bathroom and they're having a good side control. But looking at the timer, and if I just gotta read the outlines directly, Paragon has now dropped. They have now abandoned top floor, and well, time-wise, it looks good enough for Paragon. But if Burning Foxes can speed it up and step it up, then they're just gonna look even so great. But I think Dilly is gonna go for the flank. If the air jabs have been set, they're gonna notice it. But there are two drones. Those two drones are not being manned up.
Just
you should have kept it. You should have kept it and just walked up and get the flank kills. But Best making use of the breaching charges as best as he can. That's what's going to be open up all the force, and now he's going to go drop into pillars. But will he going to be able to find the kill that he's going to need? As Taps is going to get here, and Taps is going to get another one as well. There goes the double as Bailey in the meantime is going to get a kill, and there you go. Dilly is just going to finish us up.
A 6-0 defense.
This round.
We just see a 6-0 defense.
6-0 defense.
Like, I get in Cafe it can be defense decided, but typically you see the attackers taking at least one of these rounds. Like, I think Paragon is just getting these amazing opening kills. Like, Taps is able to get the kill onto Ziggy majority of those rounds, and Ziggy was very often on this ace with Hibana. So him being gone was just so detrimental, so they weren't able to get any of these breaches open. And I suppose you kind of saw Best in the Ash not getting the most frags you kind of typically see on like an entry player. So it wasn't the best place. But right now, I think Paragon is just winning these gunfights, swinging absolutely everything, playing aggressive, and it's working for them some might as well. Honestly.
I mean, what can you say? This is like, I mean, you can still have probably the greatest strats and the biggest brain in that game, but if you don't have the aim to, back it up, it's not gonna use it. If you're gonna have the aim, you can teach somebody the brain, but so far, the aim and the brain part for Paragon are working so perfectly. Burning Foxes, I mean, They're gonna have to make the biggest comeback from this in order to get it. And let's not forget, that's match point. Paragon has already actually secured themselves a point since we are in a minor match. And I must say, Burning Foxes, I mean, they might gonna get 1 or 2 rounds maybe, but I'm not sure. Looking how Paragon has been so dominant and looking at the stats of Burning Foxes. Yeah, best still on a donut. You got Ziggy on a custard. I mean, Expo and Woman, they're at least on
a custard? I've never heard that one.
Yeah, on a custard.
I hate breadstick.
Breadstick?
It's just like a
We're not
cultural
Italians.
It's just like a cultural thing that between the communities. I don't know. I've never heard of custard before. I like that.
I think in German we just said French fries, but either way, I mean, Burning Foxes on their side, I mean, they're not looking all too hard as Paragon. I mean, what can you say? I mean, Tabs absolutely reigning, and like even with Dilly, Bailey, Cass, and Milo, I mean, all of them are just stepping up to the board so well and so greatly. I mean, look at Bailey, 7-1. Can you top that?
7 KD is actually huge. I can't even imagine how Burning Foxes are actually feeling themselves right now. Because I get they could probably pull back a couple of rounds if they played their best, but when you're at this much of a disadvantage, it's gonna have a toll on you and the way you're playing. You get like some teams, especially, you kind of see some like communication errors, and if they're kind of annoyed or not in the greatest mindset, they're not going to play to their best potential. And I'm just worried it's going to come out. It's going to show through their gameplay. But
I think Tabs managed to remove that shield onto 90, but as the air chips are gonna come forward, yep, there's definitely gonna be nothing for a flank, but there you go. Tabs is gonna start us off to removing Quint from 90, or I don't know, the dirty corner, the pixel. I have worse words for this, but
yeah, honestly, so many names for that. I don't even know.
Let's be honest.
Such a huge pick.
It's basically one of the points you really want to control, especially on this side. But given now that Bass is gonna try to exchange a few shots, doesn't look all too frenzy as Ziggy. Not in the greatest position either. I mean, he uses the smokes, he tries to make the best out of it, but so far not fully getting the use of it. Here comes another smoke trying to delay off the attackers, but there comes the swing. There comes the swing from Dilly, and he is gonna be able to pick off Ziggy. That's gonna leave Burning Foxes in the 3v5, and with Taps already so far much into bar, it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of the gunfight's gonna get won as the Goyo of Wowen is trying to do his... Oh, it's not gonna be able to do. Bass is finally gonna get a kill onto Miller, but he's gonna get inside. Now Manny's gonna get a kill as well. Putting us, and Taps is gonna go on the best, leaving it all down to Expo and Cass. Cass will make it, and Burning Fox, Actually, yes, Burning Foxes, they're gonna lose in an 07 Paragon. I mean, flawless victory indeed. I mean,
that was something else. Taps is definitely such a, honestly, amazing play coming from Taps and Bailey as well. They played so well together that you could tell there was communication between the team. Paragon, like, they seem to, the Paragon, sorry, the Burning Foxes, they seem to have something going on with them, but just wasn't enough to stand up to Paragon, and it was just, it was honestly beautiful.
And actually, speaking of Paragon, we even have one of the members of Paragon in, and it's gonna be Miller from this match. Miller, I'm not gonna ask you how you're doing because I probably know how you are. I mean, you're just probably gonna feel absolutely fucking amazing. 7-0 against Burning Foxes on Cafe. I mean, what else can you add to that?
Well, I mean, it was a nice little win. I think it was quite routine. We went well in his warm-up. We prepared well, did exactly what we needed to do. 1-7-0. Nice little game.
I mean, I don't even know what is the key ingredients, because the last time I seen really like a 7-0 from a team happening, I mean, that was probably like, I don't know, Pro League team just stomping at some, like, I don't know, a women's team maybe. No offense to this, but either way, I mean, excuse me, that was so dominant. I mean, really, what was the key ingredient to this?
Like I just say, it's preparation. It's the knowing how to beat a team, how to get round a team, and it's just playing aggro sometimes, playing aggro at the right times, and just a bit of the mental game in it as well. You just sort of smash through teams, and you win a few rounds by just running at them, and they've lost the game at that point. They can't come back from that.
I mean, I don't know. I don't got really anything to add. Do you, Blix?
Nothing to add other than that was such a nice game. I started off saying, "Oh, I reckon it's going to be close," and then it ended up being a 7-0. So I feel like I kind of jinxed that one. But
Jinx indeed, and well, yeah. I mean, congrats, and I mean, really, thanks for coming on as well. And I suppose, well, let's see if this performance also will carry on further down onto week as well. But so far, congratulations, and well, give Steph a little say hi to Steph from me, and that's also then tagged in the bag. And like I said, take care. We'll see you next time on.
Cheers.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, and that's pretty much it for tonight. That was Burning Foxes versus Paragon, and well, I think there's nothing else to say. I mean, 7-0, that speaks pretty much for themselves. Paragon absolutely on the forefront, and to finish this off, thanks to Team Manic for sponsoring this league, sponsor since season 2. They are able to pretty much enable us to give you a nice production, give you those costs as well. And yeah, I mean, first of all, we really want to say thank you. And also, so we're just going to put this one out as well. If you decide to maybe join us as a caster, observer, or producer, or just want to have a try out, just join us on the Discord and go on to staff applications. And even if you just maybe even want to help out the league as well, as have some sort of role in there, and just to making sure that we're running it smoothly and great as well, then you're also free to join us and sign up for there. And I'm just asking quickly again what the lovely Epson wants me to tell you guys before we're going to finish it off. So excuse the awkward silence, but I guess it's going to be everything. Yeah, you want to close us off, Blix?
there's nothing I can really say other than thanks for casting with me. That was actually quite fun. First time casting an actual game, and it was a good one. It was a good one. Honestly.
It was a good one indeed. And well, I'm Terrell. This was Blixby, and this was Talent League Season 4. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow for another set of games. So stay tuned and catch you all tomorrow. Goodbye.
Bye.
Problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessing.
Fight number 1, fight number 2, fight number 3!